Welcome to part two of this video about the PMBOK guidelines of understanding and awareness. So if I take you from anywhere on the project and throw you on somewhere else, do you know where you are and what's best to do? You see, on the PMP exam, it's a test of best. What do I mean by that? It's a test of the best answer. Can you select the best answer? And to select the best answer, you need to know your bearings. You need to have good understanding of where you are. So initiating is the first thing we do on any project. We initiate the project. Or should I say it's the first thing you should do? Quick question for you. Your project was just shut down. Which of these is the most likely reason why your project was shut down? A, you didn't have a project management plan. B, you didn't have a WBS. C, you didn't have buy-in from a programmer on the project. Or D, you didn't have a project charter. The best answer is your project charter. It's the basis, and that's exactly what you do here. You develop a project charter in initiating, and you create a stakeholder register. A lot of people are not aware of the importance of the project charter. You see, in the world of the PMI, this is one of the sacred cows, the project charter. How can you work on a project if it's not authorized? Very important. In planning, I want to call your attention to the development of subsidiary plans and baselines. Have you taken a look at page 78 in the PMBOK guide where you've got that breakdown? Write it down, page 78. You've got the breakdown of all the plans, all the baselines, and what constitutes the project management plan. Do you know where your change management plan comes from? How about your configuration management plan? How about your process improvement plan? How about the difference between a project schedule and a schedule baseline? Which one is in the project management plan? Is it the project schedule or is it the schedule baseline? Do you know? If you don't know, go to page 78. That will help you there. And then when it comes to monitoring and controlling and executing, first of all, in executing, you need to be aware of what you're doing in ADM. What do I mean by ADM? Acquire, develop, manage. That's a big part of executing. Acquiring the team, developing the team, managing the team. That's really what propels executing. So here you're leading the team and you're driving work to completion. Another big ticket item in executing is the direct and manage project work process. Have you honed in? Have you honed in on that process? If you haven't honed in on that process, you might want to do that. A lot of people are clueless about where deliverables come from. They're like, Phil, I don't know where deliverables come from. Okay, control quality. I'm like, no, you're wrong. It comes from direct and managed project work. They are not aware. So I've mentioned four very important processes here. I've mentioned acquire, develop, and manage. Acquire project team, develop project team, manage project team. I've talked about direct and managed project work. Why do I keep going on and on about these? It's because it's important. 8 processes that could give you 31% of your exam out of an exam that's based on 47 processes. You see why I'm in broken record mode? You know, so ADM, acquire, develop, and manage, and direct and manage project work. Very important to remember those. And the other things are important, but hone in on those. Monitoring and controlling as a process group. Check deliverables and change plans or baselines if needed. When do you need to change a plan if it's not working? When do you need to adjust the baseline if the scope of work changes or if management approve that change of a baseline? Of course you should do it. But that's pretty much what we do in monitoring and controlling. Check deliverables, change plans, monitor what's going on. If it's working all right, leave it alone. If it's not, change it. Make it better. And now we've got the final one, closing. In the closing process group, this is where we formally close out phases. Phases? Yes, phases. Have you studied chapter 2 in the PMBOK guide where we talk about those phases, phase-to-phase relationships, different types of projects, different approaches to project management, fully plan-driven project management, or change-driven project management? agile methods, you know those terms, iterative methods or approaches to project management. Very important. So when we talk about closing, you could be closing out a phase, you could be closing out the entire project, you could be closing out a contract in a project. So all of these perspectives will further help you understand the questions. At any point in time, you need to know where you are, and you also need to know how to answer those questions. When we come back, we're going to take an even deeper dive into this lens of understanding and hone in on some big ticket items that will help you on the exam.